recall that yesterday we did some problems where we calculated how much power several appliances would use and then how much using that power would cost. For instance, we figured out how much it would cost to run a computer monitor that uses 100 kilowatts per hour for 10 hours. And we also calculated how much it would cost to use a microwave that uses 775 kilowatts per hour for 7 hours. I don't have another bar graph for you, but I want to give you a couple more practice problems prior to the test. So here is the problem, and I encourage you to pause the video and attempt this one just to practice, and then I'll go over it with you in a second. Instead of a bar graph, here's the kilowatts per hour used by the TV. So if the cost of a kilowatt per hour is about 9 cents, what would be the cost of running the television for 12 hours? Go ahead and pause the video and try it. Okay, if you were to run your TV for 12 hours, the first thing you want to do is know what the cost of the kilowatt per hour is for that TV, which we already had. You would get that from the bar graph in the future, but it's 852 kilowatts. Then you'd want to figure out how much power it would use for the time it's running, which is 12 hours. So if you take the 852 kilowatts and you multiply it by 12 hours, that's going to come out to 10,224 total kilowatts. Now to get the expense, the cost of using all those kilowatts, we already know that the cost of a kilowatt, 1 kilowatt, is about 9 cents. So we need to multiply the 10,224 kilowatts by that 9 cents, and that gives us $950.83. And there's a 2 at the end, but nobody asked for 0.2 of a cent, so I just rounded down, and that would be your final answer. Let's try another one. For our second and last practice problem, determine how much it would cost to run a washing machine that uses 637 kilowatts per hour for 5 hours. Go ahead and pause the video and give this one a go. Okay, if you were to run a washing machine, again, you'd want to check the bar graph, but I'm just giving this one to you. The washing machine would use, again, 637 kilowatts per hour. Now, we want to figure out how many total kilowatts we're using if we're running it for 5 hours. So if we run it for 5 hours, we're going to take the 637 kilowatts, which is the amount in an hour, 1 hour, and multiply it times 5 hours, which is going to give us 3,185 kilowatts. Then to calculate the expense, and remembering that a kilowatt costs about 9 cents, we're going to multiply that 9 cents, or the total amount of kilowatts, 3,185, times the 9 cents, because we don't just have 1 kilowatt, we have 3,000 of them. So 3,185 kilowatts times 9 cents equals $296, and it's actually 20.5 cents, but again, I rounded up to 21 because nobody asked you for a half cent. So it'd be $296.21. Again, you'll see one like that today on your quiz. Again, you'll see a bar graph like this that you'll have to use. You shouldn't have to round your answer like I did. You'll just choose it from a multiple choice question, and you can certainly use your calculator when you do this problem.